All right, I'm going to break down a sun salutation B now, the most basic sun salutation B in yoga. If you have not already watched the breakdown of sun salutation A video, please go watch that one first because a lot of the poses are the same, and I'm just going to break down the poses that we're adding here in our sun salutation B. All right, so we already know mountain pose. We're standing at the top of our mat. So it starts just the same. Sun salutation B starts with chair pose. So we inhale chair pose, you sink your hips, and you reach your arms forward and up, then we exhale, fold forward. We inhale, halfway lift, and we exhale, chaturanga. So we've already gone through chaturanga, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, right away, you step your right foot forward, you ground your back heel down to about 45 degrees, and you inhale to rise up for warrior one. Okay, your hips are square here, so you want to think of pulling your right hip back and your left hip forward. Front knee is over ankle, and back leg is pressed straight. It's an inhale to rise up, and an exhale to plant your hands and step back and go through that same chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, and then warrior one. On the left side, you step forward, back heel grounds down, you inhale to rise up, and you exhale to come right back down, taking any of those modifications, coming back to downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk perhaps to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend your knees. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, mountain pose. And then you start again. Inhaling chair, exhaling fold. All right, so we basically just added chair pose and warrior one in our sun salutation B. So breakdown of chair pose. Again, feet can be all the way together or hips distance apart, but we want to just make sure that our feet are parallel, okay, and knees are parallel so there's nothing going on here or here, okay? Your tail is tucked slightly, okay, and you want to see your big toes, your weights, and your heels. Your belly is still pulled up and in, your arms are reaching forward, and your shoulders are rolling away from your ears, okay, so we don't want our arms up here. There's a lot of different arm variations in chair pose. You can try bringing your palms together and reaching them all the way up and gazing up at your thumbs. You can keep your hands to your heart center. Maybe you're reaching forward, maybe up. Typically in this sun B, we want to lift our arms up as high as we can. The palms together is an option if it works for your shoulders. Okay, so starting in mountain pose, we inhale, chair pose, and we exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, spine is long. Exhale, plant your hands, walk or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, step your right foot forward. Okay, you want to try to use the muscles in your core to pull your foot to the top of your mat. See if you can get it all the way between your hands. Your back heel grounds down. It's a big, deep breath in to rise up. Again, with your arms, they can come all the way together, palms together, gaze up at your thumbs, or just arms wide, but we don't want our shoulders up, and we want to try not to have our elbows bent. We want to try to reach up as high as we can, belly pulled up and in, front knee is over the ankle. You really want to press into the back foot, keep that back leg strong and engaged, and hips are square. So we don't want our hips to be open at all to the sides, they're square to the front. So on the right side here, you want to think of pulling your right hip back and your left hip forward. Okay, so it's an inhale to rise up and an exhale to go right back down. In your sun B, it's always an option to skip the chaturanga. After your warrior one, you could always just plant your hands and step straight back to a downward facing dog and then switch left foot forward, back heel grounds down, inhale to rise up, exhale, right back down, down dog. Or maybe you take every posture from downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend your knees. Inhale, chair pose. So it ends and it begins with chair pose. And that is your sun salutation, letter B.